1670, King Charles II of England put his seal on the charter of a new company, the Governor and Company of Adventurers of England, trading into Hudson's Bay, the Hudson's Bay Company.
Lower Fort Garry played a significant role in the daily life of the Red River Settlement, southern Manitoba, established under Hudson's Bay Company auspices by Lord Selkirk in 1812. After 1832, Lower Fort Garry provided goods and services for 3,000 people in the surrounding parishes.
So in this area, this was the Hudson's Bay Company's industrial complex, where they built boats for fur trade and shipment. And that was in the mid-1800s. Archaeologists have recovered 344,000 artifacts from excavations at Lower Fort Garry. These artifacts offer a glimpse into the day-to-day life of the people who once lived and worked at Lower Fort Garry, providing information about what they ate, what they manufactured, and how they constructed their buildings. This house was built by James Fraser around 1830 and was originally located on Lot 15 in the Selkirk settlement, later to become 117 Leela Avenue in the city of Winnipeg. Fraser was employed in the management of the Hudson's Bay Company Hayfield Experimental Farm between 1817 and 1823, and it was in this house that he and his wife, Anne Bannerman, raised their 8 children.
Fraser House is an excellent example of Red River frame construction. Moved to Lower Fort Garry in 1969, it is now used to interpret the 1850s period, when farm manager Alexander Lilly and his family lived in a similar house near this location. Lower Fort Garry is also the place where Treaty No. 1 was made between the Ojibwe and Swampy Creek First Nations people and the Crown. Lower Fort Garry did not become the administrative headquarters it was meant to be. Although a new structure, the fort languished for more than 10 years. The arrival of the 6th Regiment of Foot in 1846 revitalized the lower fort. Between 1845 and 1860, dramatic changes in transportation placed Lower Fort Garry at the hub of the new Hudson's Bay Company fur trade network. Lower Fort Garry was used by the federal government for public purposes in the 1870s, notably as the first training base for the Northwest Mounted Police. It was founded in 1830 by the Hudson's Bay Company and became a National Historic Site in 1950. It is one of the finest collections of early stone buildings in Western Canada.